Good morning, guys. Welcome to Thursday morning. Another big day. They've anticipated showers from 7 to 8 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock at the moment now. Just seeing some light drizzle on the windscreen. So we're going to head out. Got a mowing job to go and do out at Camden. So we'll go and get that done. Then we've got a bit of hedge trimming on for today, but it's all going to come down to the weather and what it's like. The tooth's still a bit sore, even though the tooth isn't there. Just that gum, like just the gums and just sort of up in there is still sore. So I hope there's not a problem. It's amazing how long teeth take to heal, or how much pain you can. It's just like an ache, really. It's not like agonizing, it's just a dull ache. It's that annoying pain that you can get. So it's gonna have a bit more Nurofen. I've got some jelly cups. Don't know if I've shown you the jelly cups, but these have been really good. They're great in summer. I often just have a quick jelly cup, just bang one of them down and keep going. But I'm glad you guys are enjoying the videos. I'll keep them up for as long as I can and try and keep the content as exciting as possible and as interesting. Hopefully it's not getting too boring doing it every day, but I am noticing it is a little bit time consuming, but I'm happy to kind of suck that up. It's just one of those things. But we'll make a move. We'll get a bit of a hurry on before this rain comes across too much, and hopefully we can knock this job out this morning. I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, just out on site. It's starting to drizzle, or getting a little bit of light showers. You can see it coming in the distance. There's a bit of showers on its way, but we're going to get a cut on. The grass is already wet, so you can see that the grass is still a bit wet. You can mow wet grass. You just got to have sharp blades. So sharp blades, and also high lift blades. Grass has a tendency when it's wet and damp to want to clump. So if you can use a high lift blade and get a lot of air volume and get a lot of throw it a long way, it's going to look a lot better. So high lift blades for wet or damp grass. And just be a little bit careful when you're mowing too, because it can get a little bit slippery. So let's get stuck into it. Okay, so we're in a bit of a tight spot here. So what you want to do, instead of going, it's a little bit slippery, so instead of nosing it down, you want to reverse. So back it down in there, into that little hollow, and then you want to come back up here. So just better. Okay guys, just finished up line trimming this one and mowing it. So there's a few light showers hanging around, but when you finish mowing a lawn, just stop and look at it and just look across it and see if you can see anything that's sticking up. Like if you get a nice flat surface, that's when you should be happy with it. So just a nice even flat surface across the top, that's what you're looking for. So when you finish up a job, just look across it and check. We're just going to give this one a good blow down now, and then we'll move on to our next job. We might duck in and grab a coffee or something, and see what this weather's going to do, because I think it may. I'll check the radar. Sometimes I'll check BOM, just the radar image, and see what's coming on the radar. Okay, so we're all done at this site for the morning. It's gone to, now the lawn has gone to weekly. We're doing fortnightly garden services here. So we're just doing the lawns weekly now. So yeah, it's much better. Obviously during the growing season, you want to try and sort of pick up a handful of weekly clients. Some lawns grow quicker than others as well, just depending on the conditions. This one's got biocycle, like a septic system with sprinklers in the lawn, so the lawn tends to grow quite quickly. Even if we have a dry spell, there's still something to cut and just keep it nice and tidy. I think we'll go and grab some fuel, grab a coffee. Right guys, just fueled up. Always try to use 95 unleaded, premium unleaded in my equipment, so just premium 95. Right guys, just had our next job, just ducked over to a strata job at Spring Farm. It's a regular one. We do fortnightly, do the hedges monthly. So let's get stuck into it. Remember how I go on about making sure you've always got a little bit of cord in your pocket? What do you reckon I've done? Failed. Oh well. Okay guys, just pulled up to our hedging job for the day. Just got the Makita stuff out. Just going to do it with the Makita handheld. So we'll just use this one here. got the batteries on charge, so everything's ready to go. We'll get stuck into the stuck in the hedges and spend a couple of hours here. Should be a nice day. So I've just started on the top. I just always start on the top. I don't know why, there's no particular reason, but I just like to start it that way. So taking a fair bit off. It's pretty well overgrown, so just get stuck into it and get the job done. Okay, so I've gone through and done the top. Just sort of roughed it in, just giving it a trim across the top. I'll spend a little bit of time on the top and just go backwards and forwards, but I just like to do the first cut and then I'll come back. It's a little bit like double cutting, I guess. Okay guys, it's been trimming since about 11 o'clock. Maybe a little bit before, maybe 5 to 11 or 10 to 11. Should have taken a note of that. Just with the 6 amp battery and the charger, it's now 11:40, so just gives you a bit of an idea, rough idea as to how long. It's been pretty thick going, pretty tough going. We're just trimming this overgrown buxus hedge, and it has been doing a fair bit of work. We're working pretty hard, so just gives you a bit of an idea as to the run time on the batteries. It's probably been about roughly maybe 40 minutes. So that's on the Makita. So I'll probably just time this one. This is it's a 5 amp battery. So probably just fresh straight off the charger, I'll give it a I'll start the timer and see how long we get out of it. So when you're trimming, you just want to come back and stand back and just have a look at your levels. Just come back and sort of stand back from the job. Stand back and just have a look from left to right. Just check that you're on par with your levels and you're happy with them. And you can go back and just do any light sort of finer touch-ups and just get any. You just sort of want to rough it in to begin with and just get it to where you're happy with it, and then you can come back at it and just do the finer details and just the touch-ups. So that's what you want to do. Just take a stand back every now and again and have a look at it. You also want to come back and just have a look at the face of it as well. So I can see that there's some a little bit further up. There's some sections that are just a little bit further out, just that I'm not happy with. So I'm just going to go over them and just sharpen things up a little bit. So you just come back, look at the face, and also just have a bit of a look at the top. Just check that you're happy with the top, and just have a bit of it's just working the hedge, just until you're happy with it. A little bit like double cutting a lawn, I guess. Just working the hedge and just going back over those finer details, just to get it where you're happy with it. Okay guys, I've just transferred over to the pole trimmer now instead of the handheld. I tend to use the handheld a lot for the smaller sort of hedges that are at sort of waist height or just easy access. I just find it, nice and comfortable for the handheld for this sized hedge. But when you've got sort of hedges that are sort of a bit taller like this, I find that the pole trimmer is just a lot more practical, a lot easier to use. So we're just going to just ball these up nicely, just give them a trim. We'll just give this a trim as well. Good. So I'll tell you what, this thing is a lot smoother after it's been greased up. Just got back from Makita. Ronald has, they've given it a bit of a service. They've greased, so this cover here, you just take take this cover off. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts. So I just take that plate off and grease it up. So I'll take that off one day and just have a look what it looks like inside. But very, very smooth now, and it works great. Okay, so we just stopped for a cup of coffee. Just sitting here, just having a bit of a chill out. Grab the rake in a minute and the bin. Just grab the rake and the bin, and we'll just give it a quick rake up, bit of a blow down, tidy up, and then we'll head off to our next job. Okay, so we've run out of bin space, so now we're going to go to the tarp. So we're just going to rake everything up and just chuck it onto the tarp, and then we'll put it in the back of the ute and head off to the next job. Okay, so that's this one done. Just gone around and blown everything off just with a backpack blower. It's good just to give the tops of the hedges a blow and give the lawn a bit of a blow. Just stand back and make sure that you're happy with it before you go and see the customer. If there's any little bits out of place that you're not happy with, just to make a final adjustment. But I'm pretty happy with how things look. Decent sized job. It's cleaned up quite nice. Can't hang about too much and chat because we've got to get to the next job. So I'll see you there. Okay, we've got a bit of work to do here. Bit of trimming. Just got to trim these hedges here. Just got to take the bottom. Client just wants that bottom section there lifted up, just so she can see under there for snakes, and also give these a nice tidy up and a trim. So we'll get cracking with that one. Beautiful hydrangeas. Okay, so just started working on these. Just chopping taking the bottoms out. It's going to take a while for it to grow back and look really nice and neat, but I'll just go through with the hand secateurs and just tidy up those bases. So just got to do the same with this bottom one here, just all the way through, just to lift that bottom up, and just take a little while for it to fill back in, and then once it does start to grow back and fill back in, I can do a nice sharp line across the bottom edge there, similar to what we've done on the top. Just using the Makita hedge trimmer. Okay, so we're just taking the bottoms out. So we're just going to go through and do some detail work just with the hand clippers. We'll just go through or rake this out, go through with the hand snips and just tidy up the bases of each one, and then we'll be able to maintain them at this sort of a bit of a floating effect, floating sort of hedge, I guess. I'm not a huge fan of it, but you know, customer requested it. It's different, so I'm willing to give it a crack and see how it comes up. Quite a bit of detail work in these ones, guys, so just got to go through and just clean up all the stems, like just go through and just cut anything that's sort of smaller coming off the, just say from this level here down to the base. So just got to tidy this one up. So I've just gone through and tidied those ones up there. Just got to tidy this one up, and then I've got got a few more to do as well, just to tidy up all the bases just underneath there. So it's going to be like a bit of a floating hedge effect when it's done. Should look pretty cool. So looking forward to getting them all tidied up, seeing how it all looks. It should be a bit different. Okay guys, this is how this one turned out. I think it looks kind of cool. It's like a floating hedge. So just cleaned up underneath the hedge there. I think as time goes on, it'll be able to, that's the first cut underneath. I should be able to sharpen the bottom edge up as well. I'm pretty happy with that. It's kind of never done anything like that before, sort of on underneath there. A lot of detail work in it. Like, it's very time consuming, but it's just like a floating hedge of sorts. Something a bit different. But, yeah, turned out kind of cool. Thanks very much for watching, guys, today's video. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the series. I'm unsure how long the series is going to go for, to be honest with you, because it's feels like it's never ending. But hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on Friday afternoon. Have a good night.